to the other end. When we fell down, we could not believe we would lose it all.
What's up, guys? I want to show you something. This is where I brought you. This is like a corporate park area. You guys have probably seen plenty of places like this. But I want to tell you guys something. Jordan and I, one day, we're gonna own a space. Not in maybe one of these buildings, but a building like this. And Jordan and I talk about it all the time, but it may sound like way extreme, but it's one of the goals that we have. It's not gonna be easy, it's gonna be a slow process, and we're gonna work our way up. But I guarantee you one day, we will be in a building like that with a warehouse and things to do, everything that we need. It's not the goal isn't having the building in itself, but when we get something like that, it means that we've become self-efficient, and that really is our main goal, is to make ourselves self-efficient on this channel and with the things that we're trying to pursue. You don't need this stuff. This stuff is not a necessity, but it does make things a lot easier, and it does provide a lot of things that you don't normally have the opportunity to do. Jordan and I spend about 90% of our day practically daydreaming about things we could be doing differently, or new video ideas, or just ways that we can improve on what we're doing already. We're always talking about it. See, the thing is, ideas are absolutely worthless without action. And action is nothing without purpose. Something that can't be taught. It can only be learned. And nobody can tell you whether your purpose is right or wrong. You just have to find it out for yourself. Let me tell you why purpose is the most important thing you can have. Purpose drives ideas, drives more creative ideas. It gives you motivation. And ideas, like we talked about before, drive action. And action in turn drives purpose. When somebody leaves a hate comment on your video or just says something that's really unmotivating, purpose is the thing that gets you through that and that allows you to ignore that and to not be affected by that. By the way, if you follow us on Instagram, you probably already know this. A few mornings ago, I was driving on the freeway and a car in front of me kicked up a huge piece of rubber and basically tore my entire front lip off. Luckily, it was still held in by a couple screws on one side, so I was able to pull over on the side of the freeway and unscrew the rest of it and put it in my car. I was very fortunate that it's still intact. It's a little scratched up on the bottom and a little bit on one of the sides. Moral of the story is don't use the hardware that is given to you with OLM front lip. I have some 5/16 stainless steel bolts and nuts along with lock washers and flat washers. I think it's pretty safe to say that this is never coming off again. 2009 was my first year of high school, and that was the year that I started editing. I was putting so much time into editing and doing the things that I wanted to do rather than school that I actually almost didn't graduate high school because of it. It was down to my senior year. There was one teacher who was gracious enough to let me pass the class. And because of that, I was able to graduate. And I didn't even know if I was gonna graduate until a couple days after our last day of school. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Looking good once again. I didn't really go to college. I did like a couple classes for one semester, and I took one editing class. It wasn't even an editing class, it was more of like a filmmaking class, but it was like super outdated. I was obsessive almost over creating and editing and doing all of these things that I felt like I could take whatever was in my mind and use editing software, the camera, or a subject or a story as a tool to bring whatever it was I was imagining or thinking about into something that other people could watch. And because of that, I almost didn't graduate high school. And that would have been really hard. But at the same time, I was so set on just doing that I just kept on doing it, and a few years went by, and I've been able to become an editor for a major production company. But I don't think that's where I'm done. I'm not Jordan and I, we're not done here. This is not where we've finished and we've reached our goal. This is not even close. Like, we still have so many things in our lives, not just through YouTube and through Never Finished, but through our whole lives that we want to accomplish. And YouTube and our company is one of the ways that we can achieve that. So that's what we're gonna do. And I guess one of the last things I want to say is to not be afraid of what other people think, because we would have done a long time ago if that was the case, if we were worried what other people are going to think of us. Is don't be afraid of what other people think of you. Don't be afraid of failing. I think failing is one of the most important things you can do when you're trying to reach a goal, because there's always something to learn from failure. And it can be a hard thing, and it can be a setback a lot of times, but you always come back stronger because of it. So anyways, guys, just gonna end it here in the garage again. For those of you who want to see just more strictly car stuff, you are heard. It is coming soon. I gotta start thinking about a new mod for this car, and oh my gosh, I keep forgetting we have something absolutely amazing coming in the mail in the next few days. I hope it's gonna be soon. It's going to help us with production of our videos and make them look so much better with cinematics and B-roll and things like that. Oh, I'm so excited. Like always, we will catch you in the next one.